Fairley has now dropped Ross out of, I was going to say out of DRS, but he has DRS. SL O'Connor now is past John. He was going to get past on time penalties anyway, but now SL O'Connor needs to try and get within 3 seconds of his teammate. He's currently 2.9, and this is going to go down to the wire. It's been a thrilling race. We've seen crashes, we've seen drive-throughs, jump starts, we've seen bits of debris, we've seen unforced errors and pit stops galore, and we've seen a plenty of time penalties. Fairley will cross the line to take the checkered flag, but he won't win. Ross takes the win, and will SL O'Connor beat his teammate? Yes, he will. John comes home in P4 after a great recovery drive from dropping out in the second part of qualifying. Appy.
But this man has put an absolutely sterling drive. The strategy and everything, he played it very, very well. Millsy 502. What's going to be a brilliant result, I think, for the McLaren. IIRL still fighting with AMS Fairley, and it hasn't worked out. It looks like the McLaren may hold off into third. So there we have Millsy comes round the long right-hander up towards the final corners now, and what has been a very well calculated drive to beat John B where it mattered most. He took the gamble, he didn't pay off, but it has paid off. But this man Millsy, who wins the USA Grand Prix, what a stunning and brilliant drive, and full marks to John B for getting those softs through to the end. Fairley holds on after recovering from a bad start up into third position. IIRL finishes in fourth after a...
The leader. Hyper, where will he end up? They're losing a position to Lekkerus now as well. Here comes Hyper.
Oh, and Lekkerus just slowed down. Or something.
Okay.
Until he got back past.
Patch wins the race. Appy finished second. Hyper stays third. Dale finishes fourth.
If Wiggles just wants to be nice and let John win his home race, that'd be amazing.
Ordinarily, I'd say that is a great idea. However, Wiggles has been in winning positions before, and a couple of small mistakes have cost him wins. You think of when he got disqualified in Singapore for going into the pits and accidentally overtaking the safety car for half a second. That possible win was ruined from him. I remember the intense battle we had with Tamino in Monaco, where he was doing so well, but crashed out with a handful of laps left. Could it be redemption day for Mr. Wiggles? Only a few more corners to navigate. Two 90-degree left-handers in the offing. Mr. Wiggles has left it all on the racetrack today. Exits the final corner and takes a well-deserved win in the USA, but the championship goes to Ross for the second straight season. Absolutely incredible stuff from Ross. Taking the championship with 3 races to spare. And that is not to say that the others haven't been good enough. That is just to say Ross has been different gravy.
Inflated, almost 7 seconds behind Josh, followed by TD, Ross in P6, Majestic P7. And coming into the last sector of this Grand Prix from USA at Coda. in front without any penalties. Driving a really great race. Coming into the last corner. Keeping it safe. Over the line and picking up the victory. Going first, Scuderia. Second, Josh. Third, Mr. Wiggles. Fourth, Deflated Wee. TD coming in P5.
Tech is in this division. Sure, none of us would have betted against that. Hissy, again, hasn't really put a foot wrong. Hasn't made any mistakes. Maybe hasn't had the outright pace of Aki or Novitek tonight, but has remained consistent. And you know, even if he didn't have that time penalty, he still might end up third. Final lap, it looks like Novitek might get close to DRS range, but it is the last lap of the race, and Aki, well, he had a 12.5 second lead after his pit stop, and it's gone all the way down to just 1 second at the end of the race. But crucially, he hasn't been overtaken. He hasn't let anyone in his DRS range, and he comes round turn 19 and the final corner to win in USA and take a fabulous victory. Novitek, great drive back up from the field. Hissy, well-deserved podium, and extends his championship lead to, I think it's 79 points, possibly.
Well, because he can't afford to get another penalty. If he gets another penalty, that is it over for him.
Yep. Joseph proving quite popular in the chat. This is the last lap. So it's Joseph Hales versus Iros J versus 1010. 1.2 seconds covers the top three, and with 6 tenths now and a little bit warm, fresher tyres compared to the Alpine, Iros J could be in the
a bit wide there for Joseph.
That's going to bring them very close, much closer together.
Oh, and it's now 4 tenths the gap. 3.5, what is it going to be going down into turn 10? Oh, Joseph's got a poor exit.
That is a terrible exit. There's a chance for the Red Bull now to go for the lead. He's got DRS. There's any time he's got to go for it, he's got to go for it right now. Will we see what we saw in the esports race? It goes down. Oh! I don't believe it! Joseph Hales has been taken out by OSJ. I don't believe it! That is going to be a controversial win. Nonetheless, I don't believe what we are seeing as 1010 now retakes the lead. Absolutely manic stuff here before this final lap. Joseph Hales is now back with Mr. Wiggles, and as all the chaos folded out in front of him, 1010 has kept himself cool and comes round the final corner now, and in a dramatic turn of events, 1010 wins his 4th Grand Prix this season for No Assist IRL tier, ahead of Iros J and that guy. Wiggles takes P4, Joseph Hales in P5, and
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say. I have to say, it's going to be an interesting evening for the stewards.
I'm genuinely gutted for both Joseph and Deflated.
A remarkable push for a potential late winning opportunity here. And has he got DRS? I'm not sure he has DRS, you know. And for all of that pushing, if he were not to get DRS here, that would be the most heartbreaking way to finish second. And no DRS open for the Alpine. All Josh needs to do is keep it clean for the last sector of the Grand Prix. Zidane gets a time penalty. That may cost him a shot at some points. Well, this race has finished the same way qualifying finished. In this exact order, all three of the top three held pole position in the final 20 seconds of qualifying. So far, it's Josh and Killian who have taken this race by storm. And in the end, Josh's first stint has won him this Grand Prix by less than a second. Killian, fantastic drive to push him all the way, but just ran out of laps in the end. Deflated Wee comes across the line in third, a well-deserved podium. And Adrian will come across the line to make it a McLaren 3-4. TD and Wiggles, those time penalties just hurt them in the end. But still, very good drives on their respective parts. Carito, what could have been a possible podium after that immense start up to second place in the opening few laps. But
I think Novatec is... Oh, excuse me. I think Novatec's got this one.
How's the fuel?
CT is down on fuel.
Ooh.
So he might run out of fuel around the final corner. I think Adam might run out of fuel on this back straight.
Oh no.
Yep, he's run out of fuel.
Oh,
If you go on
what
board with it now.
timing. And his teammate is coming right now on behind him. Yeah, CT is out of fuel. Son got on.
CT's out of fuel as well.
Huh? Is that 10 seconds? CT
Ah.
got...
Well, Novatec wins anyway.
Wait,
It wouldn't have mattered regardless. Very good drive from him.
wait, how many seconds?
But if he drops, he's dropped behind Johnny B.
Yeah, he had a 10-second penalty.
That will probably get removed. I don't know what he got that for. Yankee Bill, apparently P3, but we don't know what CT got a penalty for. That was weird.
Yeah.
TD is going to have a real go at potentially getting the win on track at least. Not going to stand for the penalties either way, but it's a real opportunity for TD to get himself some glory on the final lap. Can he keep it? Can he keep it ahead of John John? Mind, John John is lurking, and John John still has some fairly impressive pace on those softs. Ryan's looking to keep it within range, potentially for a second, and John John had more than a look down the inside of TD there. He will get his chance as they come towards the end of the back straight for the final time. The Haas is coming in, but it's not coming in quick enough. TD locks it. And the Haas with a bit of a shake as it comes out of turn 12 toward turn 13. As races stayed dry in terms of the quickest tyre compound. And TD to the inside. Oh, nearly muscles deflated way out of the way. Almost let John John in. It's deflated, still ahead. TD, oh, trying the outside of the final turn now. John John's had a moment. He's spun off of the back of these. It's been action-packed. It's been brilliant. And it's gone to the line, but deflated is the winner of the US Grand Prix. And Ryan comes through for second. Some fantastically close racing late on. The Williams driver takes second. John John in third. TD fourth. And Smaller Smiley by half a tenth of a second. Misses out on fourth place. Goes to fifth. Joseph recovers to sixth after an early change of front wing.
We go through to the end then, deflated. Coming through the final 4 corners then. As I said, a very mature drive from the championship leader. And will be extending his gap at the top. It's just whether it be by another 10 or another 13, but deflated does cross the line to win in USA. Americas comes up in P2. Where will Josh finish? Josh does get the podium to come home in P3. John John in P4. And Killian with his comeback drive to get P5.
Red Dragon gonna have a go at P8? Yeah, he's close enough now. Neither of them have got battery.
Coming across the line. This thing got
How fast is that? He's 1.7 seconds up. Wow, he's got it.
34-2. And the Dragon did make a move on Chelsea.
He does that Marlboro, comes across the line. take a very well-deserved win. Steely comes home in second. And Alpha Matty, I think, tried to be a bit creative, and it didn't quite work out for him. Has featured driver with a very good P4.
Great drive from him.
Said his strength was race pace, and I think he's proved that.
He's proved it.
His Top Gun is now flashing. With DRS, I don't think he'll send it here. Goes for a little friendly look as Tidiest Bear and Chiv is also going side by side into the first sector. We'll go with John through the final sector though. This has been probably one of the best performances I've seen thus far. He's deflated, washed, God camper. I don't think he's washed, I think that just other people have improved. Like this man. The Ferrari man, who will be looking to claim his second championship in IIRL, takes the win. From Top Gun in P2, Slapbus unfortunately couldn't quite overhaul his 6-second gap. That guy, an impressive P4. Ryan coming home in P5. Pretty good drive from him there, holding station in the top 6.
Did well from turn 11. John's just had a little bit of a lock up into 12, but that'll be as good as it in terms of Tano's challenge for second.
Oh!
And that guy has gone for it on deflated last lap, and big push off.
Might be a penalty.
And, I think that's does look a little dodgy. I think that guy kind of it was on, but it wasn't well executed at all. He's kept 5th place on track though for now. Again, the stewards might have something to say, but we're going to go back to the line as John comes to take the checkered flag to win the United States Grand Prix. Exotic second and Tano in third. Jakob comes home in 4th. A good return despite his 5 place penalty. That guy in 5th.
Ran out of fuel on the line.
Deflated. Still managed 6th though.
And Red Dragon now only needs to...
Spice has got a penalty! I sealed it then. That sealed that. I said that he was on 2 and he would have to be very careful.
Also, if Red Dragon needs to keep it in between the lines.
He can afford to back
drive
off now.
calmly.
He can afford to back
He
off.
needs to...
And if I was him, he's got a 2.5 second lead. He doesn't need to push. He's not going to go overtake him now. He can weed him right down. And he is. He's lifting and coasting. He's just bringing it home. And Johnny B is realistically going to stay P7. Sox has nearly caught him actually.
And our race winner at the moment. If Red Dragon keeps it in between the lines.
He's got nowhere near track limits.
And here he goes. Our race winner for tonight, Red Dragon. And our championship leader now. Also, Salty Stevens P2, Adamski P3, Patch P4, Highland Spice 5th, and now we've got Nifty.
Johnny got close, but he hasn't done
6, Johnny 7, 8 for Sox, 9 for Steely, Tash 4, P10, and JJ